Okay, you know, what did you plan out this color thing? Let me just go. So here's what I am going to do, right? I am just going to trace this battle attack. Mm, is purely for the sake of purely for convenience sake. Because I can't find a decent high resolution PNG vector image of this one. To make it myself.
What's good, homeroom listeners? Today we have a very special episode with a special guest, and the topics might get heavy, but we're gonna keep it light. We're gonna have fun with it. He was a good sport, and I hope this is really informative to everyone who listens. And if you want to get in depth with some of the topics we're discussing today, we have bonus content on our Substack, so make sure you subscribe. And thank you so much for the support. We've been getting the subscribers come in, but we would love most of the listeners to join in on this bonus content, and we got a special one for you today. So thanks for being here. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Homeroom. I'm joined with my co-host Rick Lee.
How you doing?
Steffi Bake.
Hello.
Looking like Audrey Hepburn over here.
Ajuma Hepburn. Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
We have a very special guest, the type of guest I've never had on our show before, and something I've always been curious about. This is regarding the country of North Korea, one of the most mysterious places in the world. And we're joined by a guest who has escaped twice from North Korea. His name is Charles Rue. His Korean name is Chul Rue, so I guess he took the most closest sounding American name and turned it to Charles.
That's right.
And he has an interesting story on social media. He has a series where he does man on the street content where he's holding a sign that says "Ask a North Korean," which I would look at and think that's crazy. But I got in a rabbit hole and I saw all these questions he was answering. It was so fascinating. Charles, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Well, it is my honor to sit here. I mean, that's to say the least. And I really enjoy your music and also this podcast. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
And also your movie. I watched that a couple of days ago, and I was just sitting in the corners there crying and laughing.
Oh,
and
man. Thank you. Thank you for
so-
listening to my music. Thank you
Yes.
for watching the movie, which you both are not available in North Korea.
Right,
But
right.
I gotta say,
That's how you guys met, was at the premiere.
yeah, at the premiere.
Yeah.
At the premiere. And then he tagged me and I looked at his content. I wasn't familiar and it was so fascinating. Okay, let's Before we ask all the questions, let's get your story. How do you
Yes.
escape North Korea twice?
Yes, that's my tagline. I escaped North Korea twice.
And he did point out something about that, actually.
It means you got caught first.
No, you know, it's interesting.
You were
because-
trying to boost your bio. You were trying.
You escaped once, you got caught the other time.
No, it was so easy, you know, so I had to just like do it again. You know? I had to put it in a hardcore mode.
No,
Because
okay.
it's
First of
hardcore,
all,
let's
we
go.
know it's not that easy. So let's hear your whole story
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Yes. So let's go back all the way back. I mean, my story is really long, and it's kind of, you know, it's sometimes depressing. But you know, North Korea is very dark as it is, right? So my mission is
Pardon
to.
Dark as in light, or dark as in just like the punigi, like the ambiance?
Yeah, the atmosphere, and
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So
And it is dark too, right? Like there's
yeah,
no
I mean cloudy, and then like the Hwangsa, right? So it's like a dust cloud just coming in from China. So oftentimes it does get dark. So yes, I escaped North Korea twice. First time when I was 14, and second time when I was 16 and a half. And first time when I got captured, I was sent back to North Korea. And I went to like interrogation camp, and eventually what's known as 집결소, so which is like the North Korean defectors detention center. The only reason why, you know, I basically came out alive was because I was a minor at the time. So my dad was a Chinese man, so half Chinese. So my grandfather was a Chinese soldier that came out to fight the war, and he never went back to North Korea. And at the time, North Korean regime actually gave those Chinese soldiers the privilege to stay in North Korea but hold Chinese citizenship.
Okay.
And then if you had a descendant, then they would, like at the right age and whenever they want, they could turn to Chinese citizens as well. So my dad was born in North Korea as a half Chinese, half North Korean,
you.
and therefore it makes me quarter Chinese. And
Yep.
that fact is really important later on. So that makes me quarter Chinese. But because I was born out of wedlock, so my father cheated on his first wife and then had
Secret family.
right. Well, technically he was cheating on his wife, and then when I was born, my dad decides, well, my first wife, get out of here.
Right.
And then he took my mother in, and then when, as lack of a better word, excuse my French, but when shit hit the floor,
Yeah.
he went to China,
Yeah.
and then he didn't come back. So
That
Not
was
gonna lie to
his, so
you,
that
yeah.
was almost his way of escaping.
his way of escaping North Korea.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I saw that
because of the
video.
famine. Yeah,
Yeah.
because during the famine, it was like he had, 5 kids total.
Can I ask you one quick thing before you continue too? Because you were mentioning because you're a minor, things the offenses were less. Like, does North Korea consider those things as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
if you are a child, to like what is a child? Like what is a minor there?
Yeah, I mean, minor is like who is not 17.
Okay, so they still have an age thing, like
Yeah, age thing, like
okay,
a
That's why he's
juvenile.
saying he
It's
got
like a
away with it.
juvenile.
That's
Yeah,
very
he's saying
surprising.
he
I didn't
stayed
think they would
alive
have that kind of
because of
I
leeway.
was
this.
curious about
Yeah,
that.
I mean that's a really good question.
yeah.
Yes, it exists, and you know, like a lot of people think that when you escape North Korea for the first time, like you're gonna get killed, your family's gonna get killed. That's not true. That's like a misconception. And you know, North Korean regime, like they do understand, like yeah, you're starving, you know, and we understand. Like if you just went to China to beg for food and you know just do some work, well, 4 years of prison camp, there you go.
Yeah.
But if you're proven that you're trying to go to South Korea, right, then the punishment becomes much more harsh. The reason is because North Korean regime has been brainwashing its people for the past 70 years and telling North Korean people that, well, South Korea is poor and kids are on the street selling gums and polishing American bastards' shoes to just make ends meet, right? Because that's kind of stuff that I was learning when I was in North Korea.
That's indoctrinated.
Right, indoctrinated and brainwashing. And given that context, if you are trying to defect to South Korea, that means you know something that North Korean regime doesn't want you to know, right? And when you are being released to the society, think about the consequences, right?
Exactly.
Therefore, you, as the criminal, would go to what's known as Camp 14, right? It's like a political prison camp. And your family, yes, will get trouble, but not sent to political prison camp with you. They will be what's known as 추방, right? So if you are, let's say that if you're living in Pyongyang, then you're gonna get 추방당해 to like middle of nowhere kind of place because your child has committed a crime, right? So it's called the crime by relation, 3대 밀족, but you're kind of like taking that blood out of the society and kind of keeping it isolate.
Like
But in the
exile,
worst
kind of.
case, like, you know, like having a Bible or like watching South Korean drama with many friends and just distributing, that is public execution worthy,
Oh
and your family will go to political prison camp. Like, I'm not sure if you guys heard about Shin Dong-hyuk.
Shin Dong-hyuk? No.
Yeah, Shin Dong-hyuk. He wrote a book called the Escape from Camp 14.
Yeah.
He was born and raised in that political prison camp because of the crime that his parents have committed.
Oh, wow.
And then he later
He's paying the
escaped.
sins of his. I mean, the crimes of his
The
parents.
sins.
Yeah, the sins of
Sins or
There
crimes,
you go,
yeah.
yeah, sins of
Depending
sins
on your beliefs.
Exactly.
whatever.
Right, right.
Dang.
So yeah, he escaped when he was 23, and nobody believed him. Like, how can in this 21st century place like that exist? But he just drew an exact map of the political prison camp, what he did, and then the CIA came in, and the United Nations came in,
Yeah.
and then compare that picture with the drawings that he did and with the satellite image.
That he
It
had,
checks out.
and we're worried about generational trauma. Come on. No.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Before, just to break it up a little
Yes,
bit
yep,
too,
yep.
I was curious because you were saying as you're defecting, do most North Koreans, when they escape North Korea, plan to go to South Korea, or where is the destination in mind, or is it
Yeah.
just to escape? Like, what's the thought there?
Right. Yeah. So that's a good question. So basically, I mean, a lot of people defect for a lot of different reasons, right? So there are people who want to defect to South Korea because they're hungry, because they want freedom for their children's, or they just don't like the government, right, or the regime. But a lot of people, 99% of the people, escape North Korea because they're hungry, right? Because they have nothing better.
So they'll
to
still
do.
have the beliefs that they do, like the brainwashed element of propaganda, like this is our supreme leader, but they're just like, but I'm still hungry. I got
Yeah.
so they can still hold those two values together.
Well, is there a percentage of like North Koreans you believe actually knew the truth about South Korea based on secretly watching
South Korean
K-dramas? Yeah,
dramas,
like
yeah,
was there like
yeah.
a secret community of people that would, talk about these things?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good question. I don't know the exact numbers, but I've watched South Korean drama when I was in North Korea.
Really?
And yeah, I watched I'm not sure if you guys know what Gao Donghua is.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, which one is that?
favorite.
Oh, the Kalodong. Yeah.
Gao Donghua, and I also watched the Will Smith and Martin Lawrence movie Old Boy 1.
Boys?
Bad Boys
Yeah.
1.
That's crazy.
yeah,
He just
and-
turned that movie Korean. Over there, it's Old Boy.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on, let him finish though. Let him
Yeah.
finish. I want to hear what he's
Yeah, so there was a research that conducted by South Korean University back in 2017, and they interviewed a lot of North Korean defectors, and I think more than 90% of them actually have confessed that, yeah, I watched South Korean drama when I was in North Korea. So a lot of people's motivation comes from watching South Korean drama and like, oh my gosh, the life in like the, as a college girl falling in love with this like Taeber, and then like, oh, maybe I could become like princess,
Wow.
So they hold those kind of thoughts, and then from there it kind of get, it kind of snowballs, and a lot of them also are defectors from like the border town, right? It's like Hesan, Cheongjin, Namyang, right? All those border towns. Therefore, you get to see what life is like in other side of the
Exactly,
land.
right.
Therefore, it's like, I gotta get there, right? So, and it's a lot easier for them to escape. Whereas people like me and some of my other friends were coming from deeper inside
Inland,
of North
yeah.
Inland, which is like Suncheon, Pyeongseong, Pyongyang, even like Hamhung. It's really difficult for you to escape. So to answer your question, I don't know how many percentage of people are knows about the truth, or we don't talk about it at all because we're brainwashed in a way that you're not allowed to have bad thoughts either, right? So we have a saying in North Korea, I mean, walls have ears, right? And in Korean saying, there is 남말은 새가 듣고 반말은 쥐가 듣는다, meaning like birds would hear day talk and rats would hear night talk. So even with your friends, you cannot.
So they instill that fear in you.
Yeah. Although, like with really close friends, like people who we're watching South Korean drama with, of course we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we are watching those kind of movies or shows like Galdongha, for example, we're not just focusing on the main story, right? We're focusing on what's going on in the background.
Everything is fascinating. to you,
Exactly, like
yeah.
the signs,
Right.
the cars, the streets, the way that people dressed,
Yeah.
right? And we're putting ourselves in those kind of moments, just like imagining, right? So those kind of things happen, but I don't really know how many
Okay.
percent of people.
Do you
And there's a
feel
lot
like
of. Oh, go ahead.
When you watched it sounds like you watched American movies.
I did, yeah.
versus like South Korean dramas.
Yeah.
Did America look like really shitty? Like, were you,
You
just
know-
like, I don't want to go there?
I mean, yeah, that's a good question too. Like when I watched the Old Boy one, like
Bad Boy,
Sorry,
Bad
why am I keep saying Old Boy? I don't know why, but yeah, Bad Boys one, like there was a scene that I still remember because like I didn't understand. Like he's eating hamburger and a French fries in a car, like a supercar.
Yeah.
And I was
Porsche.
like, right? And I was like, wait, like while like if I go one step outside, like I see like a mud house and like falling a place almost, right? And we're barely surviving, but in the movie, like like they're living like this luxurious life,
Yeah.
right? And despite the backgrounds and all of the things that I've calculated, I've collected, and then the North Korean regime is saying that America is just like so poor and capitalism is running wild. There's homeless problems everywhere,
Right.
drug problems everywhere, and Americans looks like a werewolves, with like
Yeah.
long nose, and facial hairs. And I'm like, those people are beautiful, you
Yeah.
know? I don't think those are, like
It was like shocking from what you heard about
Right, right.
Americans compared to what you were watching.
yeah, what I was taught and what I was witnessing. So
So Charles, I'm so curious because with the regime telling you that this is how it is outside of North Korea and then lying to you, saying that this is how America is, Korea is, but once you see a glimpse, like in the movies and you see in the entertainment, you see kind of like, oh, there's a hidden veil. Like the truth is actually different. How do you like hold that truth in your heart and still continue your daily life? Because you're thinking, it's like it's like the Truman Show, like you could
Yeah.
tell that there's something beyond this world.
right.
Once you get that knowledge, didn't that just kind of like glitch you out a little bit?
I had those moments
Yeah.
of like wanting to travel to different places and trying to go to different places, but North Korean regime is really good at keeping those informations out and making an example out of people who watch those dramas, and before the hope stems out of you, they just cut it.
They nip
right?
it in the bud.
Right. By again, like North Korea doesn't have internet, right? North Korea doesn't have freedom of movement. Right? There are checkpoints on all major roads, and it's impossible for you to travel from one town to another town, right?
Wow.
Sure, you can walk.
Yeah.
Sure, you can bike, right? But still, it carries tremendous risk because once you're gone, your inminban, there is a thing called inminban, which is like the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
That's placed by the regime to report who's
Attendance,
missing.
all that.
Attendance, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So once you're missing for longer periods of time, even like 3 days, if you don't show up 3 days, then they will come to your house. It's like,
Where are you?
yeah, where did you go?
That's
Right.
crazy.
And then
Wow.
your family will be questioned, right? So because of those kind of reasons, even though you're exposed to foreign media, and right now it's 2026, right? There's like micro SD cards and
Yeah.
USB drives and
Starlink.
DVDs. Yeah. Elon Musk, if you're
Yeah,
watching,
you know what I'm saying? Musk
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because of those
That
reasons,
is
like
gonna take a
the
while.
North Korean regime, they aren't stupid, right? So now they've come up with even more. Like when I left, like Kim Jong Il was, he was the dictator of North Korea, and things are relatively, loose.
Mhm.
You could watch a South Korean drama, and then you like depending on how many people that you've watched it with, like you just go to 4 years of prison camp.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's as far as you go. So some extreme cases, yeah, you do get publicly executed just so
Wow.
that they can make an example out of you.
Mm.
But now with Kim Jong Un, if you listen to South Korean radio, it is written in North Korean's constitution that you will be punished life sentence in prison, which is the political prison camp,
Yeah.
or public execution for just
Public execution.
public execution for just listening to South
Kingomo?
Korean.
That's crazy.
Yo, imagine you get killed for bad boy. That is insane. Oh no, you've been a bad boy.
Kaodonga was fun, but not 4 years in prison.
Nah,
fun.
Right?
That's-
I love Martin Lawrence and Will Smith,
it's not,
but
it's not worth the risk. It's not life.
no.
I'm definitely not getting killed for Bad Boys 2 or 3. No. Bad Boys 2 is fire. actually.
Yeah.
But hold on, can I ask you how did you watch Bad Boys?
Yeah,
like
I was gonna
it
ask.
Blu-ray?
Come on, dude.
Yeah, actually,
It's
I
tape.
watched Bad Boys 1 in a black and white TV, a DVD player, and a car battery. Right, because North
Wait,
Korea
the
has.
TV was black and white.
It was a black and white TV, and then the worst part is the CD have been passed around for so long
Matt, how you kiss a
that it's just like
Yeah.
pieces missing from the the DVD.
Yeah.
So I would watch it, and it was like.
Yeah.
You watched the 1930s version of Bad Boy? It's crazy.
Did you rewatch the newer or like the better version? I guess.
I've watched all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like,
mean-
oh, they're black.
Yeah, I didn't see the race. I didn't see the race. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
exactly.
Oh
that
my
is crazy.
God.
So there were rumors, and I'm so glad you're here because I have so many questions.
Ah,
you know,
please
and,
do.
and I'm treading carefully because it is a touchy subject. But I've heard rumors about like people putting USB drives in bottles and throwing it into the sea and like having it reach. Was that
Or
is that-
balloons. There
or
was there was
balloons.
drop-offs and stuff they were
Yeah,
saying.
is there any truth to that? Like,
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. So when I was in North Korea, we would get those. Like it's called bira, right? So we would get like food, we would get Bibles, and we would get like informations like bira, like in written papers and newspapers, things like that. But what North Korean regime does when I was there, right? I mean, my experience, North Korean regime would hold public conference in our neighborhood, right? And say, well, South Korea is trying to poison our mind and our bodies literally. So if you touch any of those kind of materials that was sent by South Korean government, your hands would rot, right? So you better bring that to the North Korean regime,
right.
and then the elites would take it.
Yeah.
Elites would eat it, right? Because
Yeah.
like there's like a rice, and like a choco pie and
Right.
ramen, right?
Right,
Those
right.
kind of things. So it is true, and people do like some people actually do access informations that way, or people actually listen to South Korean radios like underground. And there is a Christian website called Open Doors, and they recently announced like around like
Why doesn't they find a good
Korean
picture of these things?
are currently in North Korea. Yeah. So
Korean missionaries are strong.
yeah, they're a different
They
breed.
infiltrate everywhere, bro. I know.
I mean, if they got there,
Yeah.
and also it must be so they got to live in fear to probably be faith-based over in North Korea, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
I mean, Bible is the most like the highest sin or highest crime
Really? Can
that
you
you
explain
can commit
why?
in North
Why?
Korea.
It's
And then
because
I
it
think it's
gives them
Harry
hope.
Potter after
It
that.
gives them
No, I'm kidding.
Well, so
Bible, Pokemon.
let me know.
cards.
Let me know if this sounds very familiar to you.
Yeah.
When Kim Il Sung was born, there was a star rose above
Right.
the mountain, indicating that the Savior was born. Right.
He took the Jesus story.
Exactly.
He took the Jesus
He took the
story.
Jesus
Well,
story. Yeah.
well, okay. First, let me
And-
clarify
Yeah.
that a lot of Western stories also take the Bible stories
right,
and
right,
make
right.
it. There's fictional worlds built around that. So
But,
he's not the first guy
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
done
you're
that.
right, you're right,
he's,
you're right.
He's,
Yeah.
he's not the first.
Right.
And all of the brainwashing songs are exactly like hymns.
Wow.
So when I first came to America, I went to Korean church, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
like, I have to be, like I gotta be in a community and things like that. And like singing hymns, like sounded so familiar. So I was actually hesitant to go
Right,
to church because I was
right.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm.
I felt like escaping
Same
from-
chords.
Yeah.
Same rhythm.
Sam like
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And-
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un
Syntax-
loves me.
There you go.
Yeah, Kim
Yo.
Jong Un loves me.
That's
Does that sound
crazy.
familiar?
That sounded really familiar. So I was like, man, what is this? And over time, I realized that, wow. So Kim Il Sung, and also I realized that Pyongyang, right, the
Yeah.
capital of North Korea, was once known as the Jerusalem.
Okay, so we're
Because
just
during
gonna do this.
1930s,
I'm
there
to save a
were
lot.
So many Catholics and Christians in North Korea, and Kim Il
So we
Sung's
can plan
mother,
out
which is
the
Kim
color
Ban-seop,
schemes.
she was Catholic.
What?
So yeah, she was Catholic, and Kim Il Sung, he grew up Catholic as well. So that's why he knows about the Christianity so well
Yeah.
that he actually wrote 3 books about
Wow.
his life story, like a Bible, and it's called
He-
Pegorok.
So he just plagiarized it pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
and-
yo, this shit is fire. I'm gonna run with this.
Right?
Remix.
and
That's
then
crazy.
therefore people having access to Bible, right? In North Korea, there can be only one savior, which is
Right.
Kim Il Sung and Kim's family. Therefore, having a Bible meaning like, oh, like you are worshiping another god, right? So that's why, and also it gives people hope, right? Like your royalty would lie in a different place.
Yeah.
And in North Korea, we don't even learn about like the Silla, Baekje, Halla,
None of that.
none of that. Like that
Wow.
was like a brand new to me when I first came to America. It's like, wait, there was like a country and kingdoms existed like after like Goryeo? Like
Right.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you feel when you were there? Did you feel that belief from the citizens there, like the way they looked at Kim Il Sung, Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un,
Mhm.
the way you'd see in church, like the worship element? Did it feel like that?
We have like the TVs, right? We have radios that we cannot turn it off. It's
Yeah.
it's connected to it's an analog. It's
It's hardwired in.
the rod goes into the ground
Right.
and then it's like hardwired in.
You can't even control the volume. Like it's just.
You can't control the volume,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
physically turn it off.
Oh my gosh.
And it's. I remember one of the radios that we had at home. We could not even control the volume knobs either. And in the radios, in the TVs, like we always listen to like the praising Kim's family songs, documentaries. So that's why it felt so familiar with
Right.
how we praise Jesus.
Right.
So this is all built into like how you grew up.
Right.
So when was it that you realized you were being brainwashed?
When actually, I realized that further down the road, even when I came to America, I had those kind of moment of like, yeah, Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il was good.
Wow.
They're good people, but because we had miscommunications from the people
Right.
to the higher ups, like there's middle is just so corrupt that the news doesn't travel up there.
Wow.
But when I first came to America, I learned because like it was a huge shock for me to learn that Kim Il Sung did not defeat the Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Head to toe armed Japanese.
Yeah.
Instead, America dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki twice.
Right.
I'm not sure if the second one was necessary, but they dropped the bomb and Japanese surrendered, right? And I was like, that's not true.
Yeah.
Like Kim Il Sung actually defeated the Japanese and saved us from the slavery. And that's when it just like really hit me. It's like, wait a minute. So is everything that I was taught was a lie?
Yeah.
And I had those moments even in America. And given that I escaped North Korea twice.
Right.
So when I first came to China, there were people talking badly about Kim Jong Il, right? And they used to call him a pig.
Yeah.
Right. So I went to like cause Joseonjuk, right? So Yeonbyeon Joseonjuk Jachiju, and it's like a place where the Korean people live. It's like a K-town of like China.
Mhm.
And while I was going to the restaurants and eating food there, like people would just like do and then Kim Jong Il 돼지 개새끼, like
You'd be kind of offended by that.
I was offended. I was like,
Wasn't that shocking? Because you probably heard nobody ever talk shit
Yeah,
about
that's
him.
by the first
Insane.
name. I've
Right.
never heard somebody calling like by just the first name. So I was like, am I allowed to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here as soon as I can.
Oh.
That's almost like Stockholm syndrome. Almost, it's almost like also
Click,
you were
click,
defending them. You were saying that okay, maybe the higher ups are not evil, but the
The middle-
miscommunication in the
yeah,
Right, right,
yeah.
right.
I mean, because like
Oh my god.
the documentaries that I used to watch was just like all about how Kim Jong Il was just traveling so much that he forgets to eat, forgets to sleep, like a 현지 시찰,
Yeah.
right? It's like a local visitations and watching that, it's like, yeah, he's working just so hard,
Right.
But
It's all a front.
Wait,
Well,
let's
you
let's
must feel so much guilt in you, like even changing or potentially changing or even opening up your mind to different value systems from what you grew up with.
yeah,
Because there's freedom in that.
I can't even imagine.
Having a choice to do that.
yeah. And it's like from a North Korean defector's perspective, right? And the amount of I would say non-existent freedom that I had in North Korea. I mean, again, like I wouldn't say it's totally micromanaged level, like a like a totalitarian regime. Like, yeah, you can still have like a daily freedoms, right? So when you wanna when you wake up, like you can't wake up at like 9 a.m. You have to wake up, but like your daily actions, you have the freedom to choose your daily actions, right? Besides, like you have to wake up at a certain time, go to work at certain times, and you gotta do 생활청화, like the self-criticism sessions, like those kind of things. But in a higher level, you do have some sort of freedom. But from North Korean like defectors' perspective, like when people say, oh, like this is rather very. I don't really know. I'm not an expert. But like when Americans say, "Oh, America is becoming like a North Korea," that does kind of does make sense to me because, like, I mean, have you actually been to North Korea?
Right.
Like,
So
do you
shut up.
know?
Yeah,
Do you know what North Korean
Yeah.
people goes through daily? So it's kind of
I'm sure that's why it's become almost your life's mission to share this
share the
story.
stories of North
Yeah.
Korean people
Of
and
course.
what people are going through daily lives.
Let me ask you this, just going back. So the first time you skate, you're 14 years old.
Yep.
What is going through your mind? You're prepping before you make this trek. I'm
Right.
assuming. What are you doing? Like 100 push-ups a day? Like
What are we
getting
doing?
your stamina up?
Yeah, right.
Like what's going through your head? And when did that decision come to your
Yeah.
head? Like I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like playing Rockies, like the
Yeah,
training.
Exactly. The montage.
Except there's no,
Yeah,
except there's no meat to
Oh,
meat to punch.
but-
He's like lifting boo. He's lifting boo like this.
Cabbage.
Yeah. That's it respectfully.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna preface all this in the beginning of the episode.
Right.
I'm gonna do a separate video just being like, we're gonna
Right.
jump into these topics. I know we're gonna joke around, but this is
Yeah.
a serious topic. All
Yeah.
right, go ahead.
Thank you for asking the question. So when I first escaped North Korea, it's kind of like a wild story. So bear with me for a moment. So right after my mom's passing, so my dad left when I was 5, and my mom passed away when I was 11 from starvation. I remember before she died, she told me like, oh, if I were to eat a yang, which is like
Lamb.
the sheep, lamb.
Mhm.
Like if I could eat a goat, yomso. If I were to eat a
yeah.
whole yomso, like I would, feel I would just get up and dance because she was so hungry, malnourished. And then she eventually passed when I was 11. And after that, like I used to live with my grandmother, but she could not take care of me, so she ended up sending me to my aunt in Sariwon. So I went to Sariwon, and then when the food is scarce, like your blood becomes a burden, right? Your own blood, like your own child. So that's why there are a lot of gochebis. I'm not sure if you guys know what gochebis are. It's like abandoned child, abandoned
Orphans.
children,
Yeah.
orphans. Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine taking care of like me, who's a growing boy who wants to eat a lot, right?
Yeah.
So she like every time, like every night, they would kick me out of the house, like get out of
my
here,
God.
like we don't want you here. So there's many nights that I ended up in the train station, sleeping on the train station. It doesn't matter winter, 장마철, like
Wow,
rainy day.
that's insane.
And the only reason why my aunt kept me around was because somehow she got an address of my dad's in China. So she used to forcibly write a letter to my dad with my picture in them. So I have the picture with me too. I can show you guys later.
Yeah.
But she forced me to write a letter to my dad saying, "Oh, I'm doing so well. The Kim Jong-il is so great. He's taking care of everything, and I'm going to school and
Basically lie.
a basic lie, right?" And then, eventually my dad returned a letter to my aunt, and my aunt was genius. She changed the content of the letter, and she changed. Basically, my dad said, "Oh well, thank you so much for taking care of Toru, and we appreciate you, and like things like that." But she turned that content into an invitation to come to China. So North Korean people can travel outside of North Korea if and only if you have an invitation to go to different countries. So
Yeah.
if you have relatives outside of North Korea, right? So my aunt like really held on to that. A little bit more context. So my maternal grandparents, my grandfather was a really famous conductor in North Korea who helped write national anthem of North Korea.
Oh, wow.
And my grandmother, she was a translator, and she spoke like 4 or 5 different languages. Translator between North Korean regime and Russian regime. and also Japanese too. So she was more comfortable speaking
Wow.
Japanese than North Korean.
Yeah.
But eventually, and my mother was she was a singer, violinist, and she acted in a movie in North Korea as well.
Oh wow.
And she had 3 siblings, all girls, and they all played instruments. So my aunt played, my oldest aunt played cello, my second aunt played flute, and my mom played violin,
Yeah.
sang, and those kind of things. But they were exiled because my grandfather was so drenched in foreign culture. Because I mean, he's a
Right.
musician,
Right.
He's a musician, and he listening to rocks. He listening to all these kind of like Beethovens and
So the
Yeah.
country turned on him because originally
He's
he
like
was
the
doing.
bad boy.
yeah,
He's like
Yeah,
the
because he was
rebel.
already
Bad
doing
boy.
stuff for the
Yeah.
country too, right? Like you were
Right.
saying, he was creating compositions for the nation and all
For the-
that
yeah.
stuff. But he was
He
flying
knew too
close to the
much.
sun a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the North Korean regime did not like that,
Yeah.
right? Because like, hey, we have Juche ideology, right?
Yeah.
And that means no foreign culture. So he got exiled to Changjin, right? So my aunt, and before that, they used to live in this a city called like Taedong-guyok. So in the in Pyongyang, there's like a place called Taedong-guyok, and they used to live there. So my aunt knows what is good life look like and what is bad life look like,
Right.
right? So apparently, I'm just assuming she wanted that.
Of
So
course.
she basically sent letter to my dad every single time and every month, and eventually when my dad returned the letter, she changed the content and said, oh, this is an invitation for me to go to China, so give me a passport.
Let's go,
Right.
Emo.
Yeah, she's smart. And then because my grandmother used to work as a translator between Chinese government and then also North Korean regime, she knew a lot of people in China.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so my grandmother, and she used to have this thick photo books of like going to like Shanghai and like different like Harbin, and all different kind of like places in China. And my aunt wanted to reconnect with those people,
Mhm.
but there is no way for her to get there because
Right.
she doesn't have connection. But through me, she had the connection. And now, since she submitted a request letter to get the passport, but she doesn't have money. So what she ended up doing is blackmailed my father, saying, if you don't send me this amount of money,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill your child and sell him as a meat at a black market. Right?
Wow, that's
So
a
she
crazy
sa-
letter to get.
Yeah, so she didn't officially send that through the official channel. She asked Hwagyo, right, so which is a Chinese resident in North Korea,
Yeah.
to send that letter to my dad.
Right.
And my dad shows me that letter much later when I first came to China. And then my dad was like, "This lady crazy,"
Yeah.
and that's why he
That's
sent.
how he said it exactly
Yeah.
too.
In English.
In English.
crazy.
He learned
She
that from he learned it
crazy,
from Bad Boy. He learned it from Bad Boy.
She
Yeah.
crazy, she crazy.
Oh my
Um,
god.
So
But
that's-
she rode hard for you. Like she was hard for you.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
she-
well.
Well,
it's-
she
no, what do you
also had to
mean?
take
She was
care of
also, but she
him,
also
like,
treated
it's
him
not-
bad
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
but I mean, like I got kicked out like
Yeah.
almost every night because like arguments, and her and my uncle would fight all the time. I would get abused, and then the argument only got diffused when I was out of the sight. Yeah. So, and then my dad was like, "That's crazy." So my dad sent my half brother. So I have 4 siblings, 2 half brothers and 2 half sisters, and my half brother actually comes to pick me up. My half brother's wife actually comes to Sariwon, and then hey, like I'm sent by your dad. Let's go.
Wow.
So that's why when I was like 12 and a half, I came to Suncheon, where my hyung used to live. And I lived there for a couple of, like,
Some
maybe a
people will
year,
say
year and a
frown
half.
upon the
And
of
then
tracing, and I was
my
like, yeah.
dad
So,
wanted to
what?
bring me to China,
Mm.
right? So, like this is how it happened. Like I escaped North Korea for the first time without knowing that I was escaping
I see.
North
I see.
Korea.
I see.
Like I thought, like yeah, just cross that river, my dad, and I'm gonna be living with my dad.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
even if I get captured, like even if something happens, my dad is Chinese. Therefore, I'm automatically Chinese.
Yeah.
You thought you were
So-
going on a
Yeah,
boating
yeah.
trip.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
We're just having fun crossing this river. Isn't this fun,
I'm
y'all?
going on a field trip, right?
Right,
Field trip,
right.
just like the.
Were you
Kangwon
excited?
Yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, it's too heavy for. I don't have the patience to listen to this now. Still.
300k viewers. Do you even view Bot Pro? I mean, I'm trying to. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, guys, did you read that article? Was it the head of Night Media that wrote about viewbotting? I might be mistaken on this, but I'm pretty sure Night Media represents some of the largest streamers, including... You can't actually get their client list unless you specifically request it, but it is public knowledge. You can request it. And if I remember correctly, two of the streamers that they represented to at least some degree were both Asmongold and Hassan. So it's very much an kind of organization that is focused entirely on the most views. It's not necessarily either political side, it's just literally views. Mr. Beast as well. Okay, gotcha. Someone once said that organizations like that are neither red nor blue, they're just green. Because it's all about the money and all about the views. Which is fine, because it's a business, it's a corporation, that's what they want to do. Kai as well, gotcha. Okay, so it's just like a huge conglomerate of the biggest, most successful people in the world all together. Got it. And the head guy of that said, yeah, you should absolutely be view botting if you have enough stuff. People often say, why would a streamer view bot if it doesn't generate the money, if the bots aren't subscribing, the bots aren't really watching over the adverts? What's the point? The point is, and some people say, oh, do you just view bot in order to feed your ego? I'm sure some people do it to feed their ego, but I think the point is that companies that sponsor streamers that don't understand how it works just see the numbers of viewers. That's all they say. The reason people view bot is it's multifaceted. Some people do it because they like the ego boost of seeing huge numbers. Some people do it because they think that it puts them on the front page. Some people do it because they think that it gives the illusion of success and there's a level of fake it till you make it with this kind of industry. And some people do it because then when agencies contact them and say, hey, we want to sponsor you and you do a sponsored stream, those sponsored streams actually pay more based on CCV or concurrent viewers. If you have a higher average view count, you can simply
Okay. Just
marketing and advertising companies. And yeah, so that's, in a way, it absolutely is. The company says, oh my God, I can't believe that you get 10,000 viewers every stream. Therefore, because you advertise this many people, will pay you this much. When, 5 or 6,000 of those viewers might be botted. You don't know. But it's one of those fake it till you make it. It's like businesses hiring out a Ferrari or a Lamborghini to drop the CEO off them before they make a business deal, because it pretty much just gives the illusion of success. And the Night Media CEO, when he was talking about, hey, you're at a disadvantage if you don't do this, I think he was looking at it purely from a marketing, purely from an optics point of view, because being popular has a huge amount to do with optics. If someone sees that you're getting more than 1,000 viewers stably, you're doing very well on Twitch. If someone sees that you're getting more than 2,000 or 3,000 viewers stably, they think you're doing exceptionally well. And that's when you start to get the big boy offers, that's when you start to get invited to places, that's when people start to pay for your travel. They don't need to know how many of those viewers are real or not. That's what it's all about. There are influencers that rent private jets. There are influencers that rent, Ferraris and Lamborghinis. There are people that rent people. There are influencers that rent models to hang around with them so they look more successful, and this generates more views and clicks, and it's all just this one big circle jerk of appearance of being successful. You get it. The pull of having a large viewer count is huge, absolutely huge. And if you are looking at this as a business, then it's a benefit to look more successful than you already are, because it's just a big circle jerk of it. But you know what one of the unmistakable actual metrics for how well you are doing or how many of those viewers are real is active chatters, because you can send the details of any Twitch stream, super detailed of any Twitch stream, to basically any company that asks for it. And if you have 10,000 people who are watching you, but the average chatters are like 100 people an hour typing, that's bad. That's not good at all. So if we want to, we can do it right now. If you guys want to generate some really good optics, and I'll show you the optics, just type something in the chat right now. Anything, doesn't matter what. If you're at work, just tab over, type something. If you're at, school, college, if you're at home, whatever you're doing, turn over and type. And I guarantee this chat will start moving way quicker, which means people are actually listening to it. There you go. There's so many first-time chatters because people just have a stream on in the background. There's loads of people that just want to have it on as a background thing. That's fine. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's the amount of people that are actually hanging out. I've had people walk up to me and go, Josh, you're only averaging about 1.5 to 2,500 viewers per stream. That's not very much. And I'm like, no, I'm averaging 1.5 to 2,500 people. That is a huge amount of people. That is an absolutely massive amount of people. And the fact that the vast majority of you guys are going to be actual real people who are sitting and the reason that I haven't bought this stream is because I don't know how to do that. There you go. That's what we needed more of. If that was your first time typing, by the way, thank you. What I'll do is I'll put a screenshot in the Discord of the average messages per hour, and you'll be able to see a spike on that exact moment. Yeah, having 1 to 2, people forget this, and I think the numbers massively warp people's idea. Because I've had people say to me before, oh, unless your Twitch stream's getting 10,000 viewers, you're not even a big streamer. I'm like, yeah. That's like saying if you've got $100 million, you're not rich because somebody else has $1 billion. I think people level of normalcy with this, level of expectation has been massively warped. People have started to look at only the absolute tip top, the top, 1% of the 1% of the 1% as any level of successful, when there is a massive amount of what people would refer to as middle class or upper middle class of Twitch. It's not morally, it's incompetence. Yeah, that's what it is. If I'm ever not doing something, don't assume it's because of moral stuff. It's because of incompetence on my part. But it's like the fact that you get kids who just watch the biggest streamers in the world but think anyone else is small. No, it's not. If you have, I think it's over 10 viewers consistently on Twitch, you're in the top 5% of streamers because of the sheer amount of people that get less than 10 viewers. It's absolutely ridiculous. I find it weird. I met someone that mentioned his YouTube only had 2 videos with 1 million views. See, Butcher, that's insanely good. Well done to him. That's an incredible thing to get. Yeah, it really is. People don't. I think people. Successful, smaller elements of things.
Yeah.
It can be quite damaging to kids that want to get into this industry to see incredible levels of success called failures. Now that's a real shame because it begins to get warped. There's actually a really nice kind of parallel here to gym culture and fitness culture. Because I like staying fit. I like gym culture. I like kind of being aware of health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. But there's a thing that we call gymflation. Gymflation is a body that we would consider absolutely ripped 15 years ago is now considered out of shape. Yeah, a body that we would consider normal now would be considered hyper fit 5 years ago. You look at any of the gym bros on Instagram, and they'll be posting with like incredibly low body fat percentages, and someone else will be going like, oh man, I can't believe you've been listening for 5 years and you're not like in Mr. Olympia already. Yeah, you see what you mean in bodybuilding is different 20 years ago. Yeah, gymflation or swolleflation. You see bodies now that we would consider absolute peak, 10 to 15 years ago. Yeah, absolutely, Flying Bunny. Arnie used steroids too. Nobody at all is arguing against that. But I think what we're seeing is bodies that we would have considered incredibly impressive 10 to 15 years ago, we are now considering average because what we are seeing has become so normalized to only the very, very, very tip top. 100 years ago, you may have seen one absolutely jacked person in your life. Now, you can see 1,000 a day scrolling through, no problem at all. We are constantly exposed to the very best in the world, the most extreme in the world all the time. And that should not be the level of normal. That should be the level of exception. But what we're doing, and this is the same thing with YouTube and Twitch, we are seeing people who are exceptional at the top. And that doesn't become exceptional, that becomes the standard.
So yeah, why do we do this? Because we're gonna get paint jobs for Mecca. We're just gonna need a baseline.
Or in an incredibly low chance. Hold up to. So whenever people say, oh, you've got to view, but what they're basically saying is the standard has become so incredibly unlikely to ever be hit that you need to take these steps to fake your way into it. There are educational institutions, you see it quite popular in China, where cheating is not necessarily encouraged, but being caught cheating is heavily discouraged, if you get my drift there. It's one of those things where a lot of people are doing it, and if you aren't, you are at a disadvantage. Think about professional cycling. How many people in the professional cycling world were doing stuff that gave them advantages? Absolutely loads. How many people in the professional bodybuilding? If you are in the professional bodybuilding world and you're trying to get into like Mr. Olympia, you're doing steroids. That's just happening. It is. I'm sorry, there is nobody on the Mr. Olympia stage who is not doing steroids. The thing is that you can't be caught doing it. That's what it is. So I think that when he says there is nobody at the very tip top of streaming who isn't viewbotting, or you're putting yourself at a disadvantage if you don't, you've got to kind of draw parallels with the bodybuilding community if you want to be at the very top. You've got to draw parallels with the sporting community. You've got to draw it with the educational establishments. It's not about whether or not you are giving yourself unfair advantages. It's about whether you're being caught doing that. Savage acts of the tiger. Can't use it? That's a shame. Integrity can be a disadvantage to success. And no matter how many people tell you, oh no, I will support you more because you've got your integrity. For every person that says that, there are 10 that will support you if you're successful, regardless whether you have integrity or not. I've got loads of friends who do fitness content, and they say they all want to be the fitness influencer who does it naturally. That's what they all want to be. And you know what? There's a nobility in that. They want to be the natural fitness influencer. And there is definitely a demographic, there's an audience out there who want to see a natural fitness influencer. It's just not as big as the audience that want to see someone who's super, hyper, mega ripped. So unfortunately, by sticking to a level of integrity, you are actually aiming at a much, much smaller audience. Because the people that want the result normally don't care about how you got there. There are a lot, and remember as well, a lot of the audience are kids. And by kids, I mean like mid to late teenagers.
There we go. Now we have a guide. I can color.
Looking guy who says, look, I might not be the best, but I'm doing it with integrity. And then they're going to look at some ridiculously ripped dude who's like, hey man, if you do what I do, you're going to look like me and everyone's going to love you. The teenager's going to go for the one that promises that. They want to and when you consider the teenage brain, they might not be wrong for wanting that. The general population understands the amount of steroids involved. Yeah, of course. Absolutely does. Now, in bodybuilding, you can achieve an incredible physique. Just a few days ago, we saw the absolute legend that is Dark Side Phil experience GoldenEye for the very first time. Now, Salty, you did not get a chance to see this video before today. It was your first time seeing it? Yeah. So right before it went on. So, for those who missed it, here is Dark Side Phil, one-time friend of the show, interview very early on, who went out and I guess he was playing GoldenEye for the very first time. And this is 50 seconds of game journalist mode in the best way possible, just so everybody's on the same page. Here we are. Oh my. What the fuck? How do you fucking play this? This is insane. What the fuck? What is going on? How do you do this shit? Whoa! How do I fire my gun? Whoa! Here it comes. What the fuck? It's shit. How do I fire? Tactical roll. No, I get a front roll. I need a frontal roll. How do you fire? Hold on. Z to fire? What the fuck is Z? Alright, so Phil notoriously died on the very first guy of GoldenEye. And Phoenix, your visualization the other day was perfect. The idea of if you were to look at GoldenEye if James, but this is actually James Bond. He just landed and he's just doing this. It's a guy doing a tactical roll. And he's yelling at Q, how do you shoot? How do you shoot? So That's interesting. And then I started reading comments, and the most prominent comment that I saw when I posted this video was, well, Blabs is better than Darkside Bill. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to see if Blabs is actually better than Darkside Bill? Which is why Blabs has a 007 GoldenEye pulled up right now to see if Blabs can beat the first enemy. That's all you need to do, Blabs, is shoot the first enemy on the first level of GoldenEye. Do you think you can do it?
I don't know. I tried to reprogram the controllers and it wasn't working for me. So we're gonna go in totally cold. I've never played this in my entire existence.
All right, Phoenix, you got any odds on this? You think Blabs can do this? So she's actually pretty good at FPSs. The only thing that she's got to wrestle is the controls themselves. If she had the controller right, I guarantee you she would take this guy on and everyone else on. I actually still feel pretty good about this. I think you're going to see some wild aiming at 1st, but then I think she hits the target. I hear that. Salty, Blabs or DSP, which one is better?
I'm hoping that Blab somehow shoots herself.
You're trying to figure out how to use the controllers. That's good. You all right over there?
Ready to go.
All right, Blabs, let's go to the gameplay. Here it is. All you need to do, go to the dam, shoot the very first boss. That's
The
it.
agent?
Yeah, I think just the default difficulty is probably the best. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, here she goes. No audio here, but we're ready to get into this.
Sadly, I wasn't able to fix the audio.
That's okay.
Oh, the boss!
Yes, there's the bus, and you're in the USSR.
Uh-huh.
This is a pretty iconic moment in early video games. This huge, swooping camera coming down, and off you go. James Bond is in the game. Now, Blab,
Away we
off
go.
you go.
Whoa, it's spinny. Okay. All right.
All you need to do is find the first boss. There he is, and shoot him with.
Oh.
That's it, Blabs. Just
Sorry, for some reason, I'm trying to move him, but he doesn't really want to move. Okay,
Uh-oh,
listen. No!
still going on. There you go, it did. You did it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it
I
feel?
just fucking spin. There we go.
You did it. Now, you think you can get the second guy?
I'm gonna find
I
out.
mean, you've already proven that you can do it.
Alright. It's
Yeah.
very sensitive controllers.
Oh, yeah. This is a different time, Blabs. Definitely has old school vibes to it.
Come on, you racist. Where is it?
You're right there, Blabs. You're right there. It's Vincent, man.
I'm trying not. I'm trying not to divert. Oh God. Ah!
There you go. Yes! Let's go. Good job, Blabs. Look at you just murdering everybody. Three.
Ah, that's big.
Four.
Oh, I picked up some ammo. That's nice.
Blabs, great job.
Thank you.
Spectacular job.
Who shot me?
It's a, Blabs, maybe we should just have you play the entire game. Not right now, but another time.
Asshole. Fuck off.
Wow, look at her go. Blabs, you are absolutely spectacular.
She's a
at this
killing
game.
machine.
Wow. Look at her go. Oh my God. You
Whoa, whoa, where?
She's right behind you.
Oh, where?
He's in the thing.
Oh, is he up here?
Yeah, why not? Go check it out. See what happens. You
Kind
figured out how to move and everything. This isn't that hard.
of is. I'm just winging it. Can I jump? Is this a thing you can do?
No. All right. Blabs, good job. Way
Wait,
to go.
can I?
Congrats.
Wait, I can't do a practical roll?
No, only enemy soldiers can, Blabs.
Where is he? Where's the fucker? Wait, I want to get this guy before we go.
There's that bloodlust.
She's locked in now.
Ah!
Congratulations.
No, I tell you, she's not going to stop. She's locked in. The whole show is now this.
No, Blabs, gotta stop. Gotta stop.
Okay.
She's got to
Alright.
fulfill her bloodlust.
There you go, Blabs. Congratulations. You have indeed beat more than the first enemy. Golden.
Can you
Congratulations.
save or you just quit the game?
It's CR, ZL, and then you can do save checkpoint or whatever. Hopefully. I like the idea that you wanted to save after killing like 8 guys. Like that on the first level.
Well, I want to sign off and start again one day. Whatever, I get it.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations, Vlad. Add more salt to the wound. Like, here's the problem. She didn't grow up with Goldeneye. That was her first time probably even seeing it. I would imagine at least played 5 seconds of it. So for him to be that clueless is kind of a little embarrassing. Or at least held a Nintendo 64 controller of some kind. And even if he's playing on with the classic controller, I mean, come on, dude. What are we doing here? Anyways, congratulations, lads. You have once again proven that you are the superior video gamer to Dark Side Film. And did exactly what I said. I said the first thing she's going to do is going to swing wildly, but then after that, boom. And then that's exactly what she did.
Hmm. Right, so let's see. What other colors did we talk about? Oh, yes. Yes. Hmm. Mm. So. Hmm. Red. Bra. Red, green, white. Mm. Mm. That's not it. Let's see. What do you want me to do? Way to do like this, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Do-do-do-do-do.
Now, of course, one of the largest spokesmen for Islamic terrorism to be on United States soil, in my opinion, is Hassan Piker. Right? In my opinion, Hassan Piker is a terrorist and should be deported immediately, not only for raping his dog with electricity, but also for allegedly raping a child in a brothel in Germany. You know, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, no, I'm not kidding that he did that. That is a real allegation made against him.
Mm.
I think the foreign enemies with terrorist organizations, and we are just letting
Here we are just looking at color color palette for painting.
If Marco Rubio decided he was going to say that tomorrow, I would pledge my allegiance to Marcus Rubius immediately. Marco, you want to win the next election? Literally say, when you become president, you will deport every single guy who allies himself with foreign enemies. Literally do it. Immediate vote. Bro, you will win in a landslide, my guy. Netanyahu, you want to get into good graces in America? There are whispers that he is going to become the next Ayatollah. In fact, imagine being in Iran with no internet, can't leave the house, and your only form of entertainment is Hassan reruns on state TV. That's right, Iran television, right? The regime that we are currently at war with, literally puts
Oh god.
Islamic extremist terrorist propaganda is so fucking good that it's literally broadcast on Iranian state media alongside some of his best friends like Sneeko and Tucker Carlson. True, by the way, all these people were actually on Iranian state media recently. There is no argument why this guy should be in our country when he is literally advocating for our enemies. We should get him out immediately. Right? He's a Turkish citizen, put him in Turkey immediately. Hassan, of course, doesn't understand, right? His roach mind can't possibly comprehend. Every day, Iranian and Chinese guys oil tanker tags the trade, and the U.S. Navy lets them go. Not once a Merifat wonders what that says about the military power. Actually, Hassan, the reason why we're not blowing up literal civilian ships is because we're not fucking terrorists like all the guys you are trying to sleep with. This dude will straight up be like, the United States should carry a entity. I hate the United States. You should kill a United States senator. He said all this shit on his stream. And then on the other hand, civilian ship that has through the Strait of Hormuz. At the time, we know you did an entire blazing a Houthi terrorist that literally took place in bombing ships. Civilian ships that were driving their little boats. We get it. You support terrorists. And he's like, he can't even comprehend why the United States isn't committing acts of terror. God, this tweet is actually perfect. This is maybe his best tweet ever. Dude's like literally saying, America's you can't even bomb civilians? Like, wow. This has got to be the greatest fucking garbage I've ever heard in my life. Meanwhile, Hassan is on Twitch advocating that veterans should get PTSD today. Builds and completes as I refuse to waste an Umbra on a Corvette. The frame I made fun of, but I take back everything I've said about him. This is the build I use. And if you were to get rid of anything, Auger Reach, or another augment, or whatever else you need, and for the Arcane, you gotta have Arcane Universal Fallout. And battery is a no-brainer if you want to have a ton of energy. I never really cared about this Warframe. I made fun of him a lot in the past, but he's actually really good. But if you like the build or have suggestions, leave them in the comments below or come by to one of my streams and see me use it live. And I hope to see you there. Build them. Do you guys ever look at trade chat Warframe sometimes? Bro, some of the prices that people are charging for some Prime sets is and the thing is, too, I'm sure there's some players who aren't aware of Warframe market, and like they actually get scammed by trade chat prices. Okay, who knows? Maybe you actually find some good deals in trade chat. I'm sure those exist. But like, dude, this guy is trying to sell Ember Prime for 140 platinum, and Ember Prime is going for 60 platinum on Warframe market right now. Oh, sad scam game. Sad scam game. Do you guys ever look at trade chat Warframe sometimes? Watch this. Person might have said that the report from Saeed was in error, but it's an absolutely straightforward observation. Why would anyone lie on such a trivial matter? Eratosthenes asked himself how it could be that at the same moment, a stick in Saeed would cast no shadow, and a stick in Alexandria, 800 kilometers to the... The end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end. This is probably the most under-recognized and underappreciated technical feature of Baby Steps that I think is the coolest thing about the game. So when exploring the world in Baby Steps, most people will do minimal side
Oh, do, 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 do. Mm. 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 What is consuming process, but I wonder, can I just do a less fill leftover pen? Mm. Turn away. Close gap area scaling, no tolerance. 5. Close gap, semi-transparent. Area surrounded by black. Mm. Mm. Area white and transparent, only white and transparent. No. Reyes Round of Black. But it is surrounded by black you. Mm. No. Mm. Get. Only black. Nope. And only black. Nope. Reyes Sound surrounded by transparent. Nope. Mm. 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 Isn't it Reyes Round of Black? No. No, not due to the tolerance. A close gap, I suppose. Mm. Mm. Close gap. Mm. Yeah. So lesser fill and works somehow sometimes, not all the time. Mm. Mm. Boom. Prinkolo hin, prinkolo der. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Yeah. So really need make headway on this. We're dealing with animation and music video and whatnot. Hmm. Start to play around with more magic and tropes. Mm. Hmm. Pando. Mm. Layer logic. Okay. Put on some color here. Yellow eyes. Yeah, yeah. Mm. All right, I need to do a little change here, I think. Mm. Mm. Need to just clean up. Need some lights here and a couple there. Should be fine, right? Still. I need to turn on the heat. Hmm. Ugh. Mm. Oh, it is the most annoying part of any creative process. Mm. Fuck. I hate this stage. I hate being in this state. Instead of having this side effects on me. It's one where I am essentially dealing with. Mm. Yeah, I think I'm a bit. Mm. Yeah. Damn it. I want to keep working, but. Not in the right space of mind for that shit. Torture my social batteries. My physical ones. And I'm coughing because apparently I'm too hungry. Yay. Yeah. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm.
Your tank rush is nothing compared to mine. This area. Boom. We will remove. Move you from our lands. Are there not better tools? Your supply pipe looks low. Now nothing can stop us.
Do, 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 do. Looks so stupid out of that, sort of, yes. And you capture that one. Those two are captured. Is this way not economical?
What is your wish? Our way is through. Show me the way. Let us leave this battle. You are losing, General. This battle is mine. I have been waiting for this day. Yes, I will go. Your base has grown too large, General. My tanks will enjoy the target practice. A warrior is falling. Oh, you didn't want that tech building, did you? The Iron Dragon marches through your puny defenses. I see you built a second base, General. It will soon be ready. What is your wish? I have been waiting for this day. Excellent plan. I have been waiting for this day.
Ah, shit. Of course, there's one little issue.
This should be over soon. Thank you for inviting us to your base, General.
Well done, General. You have reached a higher rank.
I fear this will end you, General. Let us
Damn it.
A warrior has fallen.
Okay. Got flogged, dang it!
the part just before I finish off my enemy.
I don't know what it is, but defeat all my units are necessary slow.
My armor.
The best of times and the worst of times.
A warrior has fallen. Well done, General. You have reached
Thunderous song of approaching armor, General.
a warrior has fallen. Well done, General. You have reached a higher rank.
I have been waiting for this day. Let us leave this place. Show me the way. All eyes beware. German Kell has entered the field.
I do what I am told. I do what I am told.
Enough. Do not destroy any more of my tanks, General.
Alright. Come on. Come on, walk.
Waiting for this day.
A warrior has fallen.
Are you protecting your flanks, General? I guess we have a look.
Okay, I will work. Are there not better tools?
They won't expect anything.
Yes. I will try to show the way.
Right here, I'm gonna leave collect some scraps. Yes. Do, 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 do. For don't like the logic sometimes of which workers you're gonna select. Because the priority logistics around here is a bit annoying. This cough.
I'll build more tanks instead. Show me the way. And what do you plan to do with that Scotstone, General? Your inferior strategy has led you to this place, General. You're killing me now?
Alright, so we're just going to start causing some havoc around here. Yeah, damn it. Then you realize that's
Shooting at my planes? Do you think this
you realize a couple of very aggravating, irritating and interesting facts about things in this game, eh? And hey, I want that one. Come on, come on. And I want that one. And if that one survives, I'm gonna destroy that one as well.
prepare to fight? Our courage will see my own.
Yeah, in many ways, this is the tanks and generals. Worst enemy.
Enjoy the rest, General. Soon the attacks will begin again. Prepare to Nice base, General. Care to surrender it? We're awaiting your assault, General. But I begin to wonder if it will ever come.
Let's see if you can deal with this little baby. Would little tanks try to shoot a veteran? Bit too much veterancy. Yeah, sure. That tracks. Dirt all over my house. The first thing I want to do with the Scud Storm is just just to put the kibosh on. Is just still more stuff.
So, you're trying to match my tanks in the field. I question your tactics, General. My forces...
They are yours, really. But hey, who cares about semantics amongst friends, eh?
Can you survive such losses, General? Perhaps it is time to consider surrender. What is it? Of course.
And tell me why is the Sharpen kill always on fucking cooldown? Yeah, seriously.
I fear this will
Yeah, seriously, look, he's on cooler. There's abilities on cooldown. Again. Seriously.
believe your luck will hold up much longer, can you, General? Take it by force. The higher order shall reign. Get there now! The enemy may be near. Over there. Attack before they attack us. Defend our coast.
A warrior has fallen. We can now use our steps.
You destroyed my command center. I am impressed, General. Few survived this war. You have lost your command center, and all hope to win against me, General. I owe you some time.
Do, do, do.
It's quiet out there, General. There must be a lot of tanks rolling toward your base, don't you think?
This. Telling me that all of my upgrades got deleted before I could upgrade anything. Yes, I suppose I did. I'll let you take it, all of the dosers. Yes.
Sight unseen. Full throttle. Tanks! Build more tanks!
Where shall we strike?
No go!
Warrior has fallen.
Oops.
How about the test?
Upgrade complete.
Boogie. Gonna go boogie.
Soon the field will fill with tanks. My tanks.
A warrior has fallen. We can now use our scouts to
We'll take the Scourge Storm and just play as a
The battalion is on its way, General. Please make them feel welcome.
We can now use our scouts to where shall we strike?
I can probably just Molotov that one.
We will rebuild that war factory. Soon the tanks will again flow to your base like water.
A warrior.
destroy that one.
We can now use our Scudstone. Where shall we strike? Launching Scudstone. I have to make my own path. Dive! Let's kick up the dirt. No one escapes. Who's the target?
Nice base, General. Care to surrender it?
Hit him! I am going. All right, let's go. Hit him in the dust. Good. All right, let's go. Kick up the dirt. Get off my trail. I am going.
Come on, run away, run away, run away, Slagsy Robin. No, you freaking assholes. Those are not your targets for your practice. Doom.
Tanks move faster before our opponent considers an actual attack. This spells your doom, General.
Step on the gas.
Where shall warriors
Oh well, this is your last hurrah anyways. Hmm. Yeah, if we can't win, nuke him.
You may have defeated my tanks, General, but the Tigress is you like an insect.
Versus General Granger.
Arms away, punk. Be advised, this area is under the control of Air Force General Malcolm Granger. Withdraw now, or prepare to be bombed back to the Stone Age. General, you are no match for me. I own the skies. Our clan is strong, yet I know. I am finished with the building. We will not be oppressed. Oh, ready okay, okay. Ending the cannon network. We will be taken there. What do you want? Load it. They're taking over our oil derricks. Rangers, get out there and take them back. Might be The building belongs to us now. Ready or not, here I come. So many rangers, so few buildings to catch. You don't mind if we drop in, do you, General? That's a lot of anti-air, General. Think it'll be enough to calm the fear. How are you enjoying the shock and awe, General?
I'm in either in shock or awe.
Death from above. The higher order shall reign. Hey, General, you ever seen a raptor up close?
Reach the higher rank.
That's a lot of anti-air, General.
Right, monitor interactivity. GPS activated. Squeeze out in the war factory. Conduit with missiles and more quad cannons. Now this is done. Missiles. Now bullets, missiles, and every other worker upgrades actually. Could use other war factory to produce even more. No, I'm gonna do it is a simple way. More quad cannons. The amount of flak I'm taking from the enemy more than makes up for the cost. So the essential target priority of the enemy is whatever is considered closest to the strike, to the run, to the bombing run, isn't it? Do, 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 do. So naturally, the only solution is to be more anti-air, even more anti-air.
Garrison all the buildings you want, General. You ball hell.
So planes are not really much more expensive than anything else, but however, they die fast. They didn't fly fast, they die fast, and there's a constant stream of money. Especially if I were to do like this.
Hiding in the village, huh? That's a coward's tactic, General.
Yeah, like I said, I always go for either hanging fruit. And the things in front is always gonna take the brunt of the attack. There we go.
You know how to stop an A-10, General? Me neither.
Oh, yeah, have I mentioned that? Oh, it is upgrade. He can shoot down helicopters. Yes, he can. Yes, it works. Boom. You know what I also enjoy with this mode more than anything else? Plot? What plot? Just do like this then.
Stop hiding, General. Don't make me come and get you. Standing by for coordinates. Coordinates received.
Alright, we got this upgrade here. Now, if I were to aim this one right around here, I should summon all of the dosers. And they're kind of dumb because they for some reason they don't. They're having no cleanup detail orders. It means they will gladly fly in and get himself cooked. Oh yeah, I should probably have both Anthrax and Beta as well. Also, there's another, unfortunately, very stupid side to AI around here. Oh, look, it's a tower. It's defenseless. We must automatically aggro on it. You know what, E? I don't want you to aggro. Frigging tower when you are trying to when you are being attacked by airplanes. Oh, you know, focus on the flogging pilot. He's dead already. You keep pinch concerning the corpse.
Defend the east side.
It may not be a world record, but for me it is a damn good time. Oh, look, the pickup is still available.
Curse you, General. If you hit another airfield, I'll come for you
Oh well, if we just move all units out, right? And you hit G, and then they
last airfield you destroyed today.
should often go to just automatic guard mode and attack everything nearby. Everything must die. There's just a power plant here. In the airfield.
Ground forces, defend the airfields.
So yeah, the reason this works so damn well is because you have this thing called hidden workers and maximize income in a short amount of time as possible.
Prince Qatar versus General Town.
Lasers make superior weapons.
General, our opponent has a stronghold in the middle of the city.
So yeah, I always have an income.
Requires lots of power.
No, this one.
Forced to divert his power to one point of defense. Use this together.
This is gonna be a difficult one. Not from monetary reasons, but just because enemy.
Now I dare you to surprise me. Come and get me, General.
Let's see, I just get this one over here as well. So, by the logic employed around here, right?
Building a barracks will only get your men hurt, General.
If supply depot is cloaked, the workers connected to supply depot is cloaked. A cloaked supply depot Gareth is gonna do the job without being impeded by, you know, things such as, you know, being attacked.
These resources are not enough to save your failed strategy, General.
I'm just a peasant. I will obey. Can I have some shoes? Oh, okay, okay, I will work. This is hard work.
There we go. Okay then. So, I have at least some defenses or basic income now.
Quite a few infantry have trained there, General. Can't wait to see this crazy plan hidden from the enemy.
Would you like to try some warrior story?
Oh, you cucklord.
Bring down any more of my planes, I'll use all my super weapons to destroy you.
Mm-hmm. Damn it! You also killed my workers.
Leave my vehicles alone, General. Your base defenses are worthless against me.
Come on, collect, kill.
Cannot we live in peace? Are there not better
Would
warrior
you like to try some?
Also, we can with workers and radar.
You have reached the higher rank.
Okay, this is gonna be slightly harder than I anticipated. Due to the fact that I can never get one of these assholes out the door. Oh, seriously.
That excessive amount of base defense will only slow down my laser, General. You're hunting my men on purpose, aren't you?
Like it.
Yeah, sure. We hide everything not important on the other side of the base, eh? Or rather just put in everything of value. Then money grabber. And I can build a barrack right here. No. And once I learn how to capture buildings, that's what we gonna do. Capture the buildings in the middle of the base like like I'm based.
Upgrade complete.
I see you approaching my base, General. I wouldn't advise coming any closer. Get away from my reactors, General.
Well done, General. You have reached a higher rank.
That timing. Always the flogging timing.
A warrior has fallen.
Nay! Delete. Mangy sack of potatoes.
A warrior has fallen.
You've tripped her out of perimeter waterways, General. We know you're there now. I'm about to attack. Use a warning. Phasers must be calibrated precisely for maximum effect.
I am waiting.
You there, come along with us. We will not be stopped. We'll get there soon enough. We will not be stopped.
It's a whole new age of warfare, General, and it's coming to your doorstep. Tell that Scudstorm, General, or I'll destroy it for you.
Yeah, come on. Wait. Oh, yeah. You did torture barracks. Of course, you cooking dead. Why wouldn't you destroy my very beautiful building? Oh yeah, my very cleverly hidden toxic tractor also got torched, didn't it? Oh well, but my defense is still holding up. Right.
This is hard work. My own special brew. The junk repair upgrade has been installed.
Oh yeah, I want a new Sherman Cal.
A warrior is falling. Intoxicating. Would you like to try some?
Yeah, speaking of markets,
We
yes.
can now use our Scud store.
We are going to have to act if we want to live in a different world.
Radar scan. Then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Here's to be an insane side of it. Yes, it's up that one building a little bit. That way the shockwave from the other ones will blow up so much shit. kill, 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 kill. Boom.
It's mine. I'll get there. Behold. Thank you very much. Light them up.
My mother is a mangonel. Yes, she's my mother is practically a siege weapon in the way she can act at times. Ah, hello. Yeah, welcome. This is Norway. Well, I'm from Norway. Oh yeah, shit. I should have solved that. No. Well, see, the thing is with these buildings is that you, once you sell them, right? Well, once they have farmed, done their job, you don't need them. And then the workers are not hidden. Call it stealth when not attacking or moving. Strong stealth when moving. Cannot enter structures of higher force transport. Yeah, of course they can't. So they. They're a bit annoying like that. If you don't do it the correct way, you should always cause a traffic jam, eh? But yeah, so Philippines, I heard a lot of interesting things about the country. And yeah, it could be a nice place. Could be a fun place to visit at some point. I really need to get somewhere a bit more exotic and less wet than Norway. I mean, the amount of rain this year we have had is just insane. Yeah, just too wet. But with all of this, let's make a traffic jam, eh? I'm a mechanical man. So yeah, so this artist plays the music for this new strategy game thing, and it's not quite the same as back in the Command & Conquer days. But at least I'm being funded by America, at least in the game. Oh yeah, by the way, no doser? Okay, yeah, I practically won this. Just gonna need to pop the final... Yeah, that's the thing with the army, column of tanks, right? I get stuck. Is it the first?
Who's the taskmaster?
And of course I destroyed a couple of very valuable vehicles. Used have a couple of toxic tractors. It's impossible to prevent them from shooting. It literally is. The only way they can't shoot is with a dud, or you know, away from a potential target. Oh yeah, damn it. Oh, I got Charmin Cal killed again. Oh, how tragic. Yeah, that just sort of happens every now and then. The commando just die due to my skillful me being very skillful, yes. With his placement and using, yeah. Just do this. There we go. Now we have a little army. But I just need to make sure the buggies can actually survive. So I'm gonna use a bit more convenient artillery. And as always, it is virtually impossible to make units stop shooting just to reveal when they just have to reveal themselves. Also, who need buggies when you have this one? Yeah, this at least doesn't do indiscriminate stupidity. And I also, since I've also captured some very convenient artillery. They also have some recoilless rifles, cause you know this. Okay, if you just stop. Stop. Just stop. Just stay hidden. Stay hidden. Yes. Yeah, so long as they're not shooting at things that you shouldn't be shooting at. Should be fine. But yeah, excellent suggestion. Come on. Shoot this shit there. Yeah, so essentially Shockwave adds a little bit more things. Just proper artillery. And of course, Charmin can turn to Charmin Craft. Yeah, because he's only good for fertilizer now. Yeah. What? I didn't have to destroy the last power plants? Holy shit. That never happens. Is the game working as intended? Yeah, upgrading technicals is practically never a point in. Do 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 do. I just didn't capture that and capture this.
Are you still here, General? I see you've captured my oil territory. We are coming to take back China's oil now.
Construction has been just a business hungry. This hammer is heavy. Yes, you change your mind often. I will try to hurry.
No cost, it's too great.
Right. Yeah. Alright then, I should be good to go.
My vehicles are not for your pocket practice, General.
I will obey. I will do the best I can.
Upgrade that one. I should take care of the only interesting thing that will ever come across that bridge. Yeah, this is a very big and elaborate map. But overall, it's not that impressive of a... Wee, just good stuff. Wee, like, yeah. Now it's time to go to the market. I'll put some workers over there. Yeah. You know, the great thing with these rocket snipers is they are actually hidden. Okay, I should be good to go then. No, we just need more of these, get a market and get some upgrades. Does even? Yes, I do actually. I don't get mission speed, but I do get the armor piercing rockets. Holy shit. I just started upgrade and then empty. Just do some waste disposal. Okay.
So far, I'm not impressed, General. You've wasted all your resources fighting my men, but I still have more men. Victories will earn us more money. Stealth and never see me coming. Like a ghost.
Do.
They won't see us coming. They won't see us coming. Never see me coming. Crossing that bridge is a mistake, General. Soon all your men will see our boots marching over there. Moving out. You were not prepared for this challenge, were you, General? Where shall we strike? Our courage will be seen by all. We are upgrading to armor.
Mm. Mhm. You have to make sure this one doesn't get run over. That would be very silly to see them slaughtered by being run over. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to scatter my scud. Yeah, if I put a point in here, right?
Show me the way. Is this way not dangerous? Silent and deadly, hidden and dangerous. A warrior has fallen. Like a ghost. Ready to strike. Where shall we strike? Show me the way.
Can we just do some Kleenex right here? Yes. Hmm. The reason grade A bullcrap when the enemy can target things they can't even see at the moment. Let's see, I just put it right over here.
Where shall we strike?
No, I can throw in another one, yes. No, the question is incredibly stupidly simple, yeah? Ah, hello. Good. I'm good, but oh, I got rid of all our bullcrap. Enemy bullcrap. Okay then. Oh, I just need. Wait, where did all my rocket snipers go? Because I think we are definitely gonna need more. Isn't that the Command and Conquer in a nutshell? You need something? Yes. Build more then. More. Don't stop believing. Boom. How are you then? As a cursor. Oh, god dang it.
Sharman Kell has been seen by the enemy. I will slip in. Indeed. Dangerous. No one escapes. Who's the target? Who's the target? My heart is floating. The warrior is calling. I will slip in. I feel it pulling me. It moves into the night. I need to see a sign. To know which way to go. See what's underneath. And we
Come on.
get slow. A moment we can
Great. Use the synthetic music then. Fine, let's see.
mind is soaring. A warrior has fallen. Who's next? We can now use our Scudstone. Where shall we start? Launching Scudstone.
It wasn't Warzone it was called. What was it again? War Games. Right. Yeah.
They are getting too close. Protect me.
Alright, let's just get rid of airfield. That way Sharman Kell is gonna be safe. Yeah, kill way too many of these. Alright, we have another Scudstone and we're gonna drop it right here. Do.
How can you be winning this battle? We can now use our Scudstone. I am waiting. Where shall we start? Launching Scudstone. Moving out. Undetected. The warrior is fallen. No one escapes. Anything else? Like a ghost. Undetected. Taking position. Never see me coming. Just like. Never see me coming. Undetected.
Never underestimate the power of being completely hidden. Oh, they are attacking with everything here. Well, shit, son. Good thing I also can defend with everything I have. Oh, see, this is what? One little challenge with infantry. In the end, they are very fragile. Very fragile. You know, a human can't take many holes in this hole in their system before they bleed out and just die. Isn't strange, isn't it? Humans can't. Humans doesn't do well with the holes. They.
We can now use our scuds. No cost is too great. We will claim it for ourselves. Where shall we start? Launching Scudstone. A warrior has fallen.
Next. Row are taking out practically all of the mines around the building, right? There we go. Okay, yeah, perhaps I didn't. Mix me Molotov and burn the bitch. Yeah. And yeah, with that, should be going. I should be off.